Hey, everybody. Oh, all right, there I am. All right. This is Unit 4, Lesson 13. Of them in class. Difficult, so you have to make sure you keep up all the fluencies and everything. So as long as you meet deadline in class, okay, but like I said, we have a test next week and a benchmark. Tomorrow, Thursday, and then like next Wednesday. Okay, so what we're doing here, we're talking about that you will need final exam. First one is similar to what we looked at with growth. This is, it's growth based upon growth. Variation of it. So what we have is we have a $100 in an account that yearly interest rate of 4%. How much would this investment be worth in 10 per year? So this is your growth and decay. So the growth would be 500.04 to the 10. 700 and okay, so that's what it would be. We saw that before. And the interest was applied 4 times a year, known as quarterly compound. Quarter. Well, if you did that, then you would be doing it every quarter, the 4%. Interest per quarter. Okay? We wanted to take this investment or per quarter. What we would have to do is we would have to do the 4% over, and that would give you 1%, okay, per quarter. And then that 1% would be that you have already accounted for. So what would happen here is if we're using our formula from and we want to find out how much it's worth after 10 years of compounding quarterly. So what that is, it's your 500.01. So there's your 0.01. But that 0.01 needs to be raised to the 4th power, okay, because it's quarterly times 10 because it's 10 years. And we end up with $744.43. So you can see it's a little quarterly because you're gaining a little interest every quarter instead of just waiting until the end of the year. You can see that formula yet? $1,000 investment in a nominal 2% yearly rate. Years. So we have our initial 1,000, and then we have 1 plus. Now, okay, so what we have to do here is we have to take the part C, which was the 4% over 4, we have 12, because that's how you find out how much it is compounded monthly. And now that is raised times 20. And you put it all in your calculator, and you get the 1491.33, which is choice 2. Okay, so when is quarterly, monthly, it could be daily, weekly. You have a formula. Is the principal. Okay, the initial amount invested. 1 plus R is the nominal pounds per year. Usually years. In this case, it is in years. Okay, so this is a formula that you need to know. So we have A T equals P C. Okay. You got it. Nominal. It is known as this because you effectively earn more than this rate if the compounding period is more than once per year. Because of this, bankers refer to the effective rate or rate. Okay, so let's take a look at this with a nominal rate, 5%. So it's compounded at different frequencies. We're going to look at quarterly, monthly, and daily. So give the effective yearly rate. Okay, 2 decimal places. So quarterly, and we're talking about 5%. So if we have quarterly, it is 1 plus. This is just the rate we're looking at. 0.5 over 4, because that's quarterly, raised to the 4th power. So we're just looking at that part. And the time is just 1 year, I believe. Yeah, effective yearly rate. So that's just 1 year. So when you put that all on your calculator, you get 1.0509, la, la, la. So then you move the decimal place over 2 places, and you get 5 point, what did it say? 2 decimal places, 5.09%. So you can see it's a little more, okay? Because like I said, you're taking the percentages earlier on instead of waiting till the end. Now, if we're looking at monthly, 1 plus the 0.05. Monthly is 12, and that's raised to the 12th power, and it's only 1 year, so it's just 1. That equals 1.051, on and on. So that becomes 5.12%. Daily, 1 plus 0.05 over 3 to the 365th power, which gives you 5.13%. Okay, now you might say, where did I get that from because of this 1 in the beginning? Remember, that 1 accounts for the initial investment, the P, okay, because that represents the 100%, meaning that that investment dollar amount is already in there. And then you're adding on the percentages. Now that is compound interest. So over here. So this is compound interest. When it's daily, monthly, weekly, compounded continuously. So compounded continuously, it's going to use your base E. So I call it A per. So AT equals PE raised to the RT. Okay, and that's compounded continuously. So you have to be able to differentiate between the two interest formulas. So in exercise 5, a person invests $350 in a bank account that promises a nominal rate of 2% compounded continuously, or continuously compounded. So write the equation. So my equation is AT equals P is 350. E is the number, right? So you just leave E alone. The nominal rate is your 0.02, and it is T. So that is the formula. How much would the investment be worth after 20 years? So it's A of 20 equals 350 E 0.02 times 20. And that would give you 522.1, on and on and on. Okay, and that's just putting in your calculator. So it is, and money goes 2 decimal places, $522.14. Okay. Algebraically determine the time it'll take for the investment to reach $400, round to the nearest tenth of a year. So 400 equals 0.02. We solve for this t. It's a variable in the exponent, so you have to use logs. So you have 400 divided by 350 equals e to the 0.02t. Yes, you have to use logs, but because you have an e, you have to use natural logs. And I just put that whole value in. I could have crossed out the zeros. ln e raised to the 0.02t. And again, if you guys, can skip steps, that's all right. You can skip the steps, meaning that ln of 40 over 35 equals 0.02t ln e. If you can go from here to here all at once, that's okay. If you can't, don't worry about it. No big deal. All right? And then b is 1. So that's gone. So then we divide by 0.02, divide everything by 0.02, and then t equals 6.67, so 6.7 years, because it wanted it to the nearest tenth of a year. And part D, what is the effective annual rate for this investment? Round to the nearest hundredth of a percent. So if we just want the annual interest rate, annual rate. Okay, so it's e to the 0.02, which is 1.0202. So that means that this one accounts for whatever the principal is. Move this over, and nearest 100%, 2.02%. Okay, so that's it for Unit 4. I'll have the review packet in class tomorrow. And you have the review packet, you'll have some fluencies, you have the review for the benchmark, so we have a lot of work to do over the next week. All right,